So today we'll see how to create a form. So here the table is already created. I will just right click there and select the form wizard. Now I can see the menu. Here I will select employee table and its respective fields. I will need all the fields, so one by one I will select some of them, and then all together also I can select all of them. Now I will change the order of those fields. Some I want earlier in the list and some I want at the end. So accordingly I'm going through this list and changing the order. Subform I will leave it. Here I will select the left alignment, one of the view, which is very nice one, and then I will go to the next option. Here I will keep it as same. Here I will select a different color which I like, that is bluish one, and I will go for field borders, flat look. Now here, because I selected work with the form option, I will not be able to design the form directly. Okay, so now you will see that here the form is visible, but there is no option to design it or no option to modify it. So I will zoom out first. Yes, now you can see it clearly. So for that purpose I have to close this window. You can see I can go through the records, but there is no option to design it now or modify the form. So the solution is to close your form and then go for reopening the form, and then you can design it. Okay, so right click here and click on edit. So now I have seen the open the form in the designing mode on option. Okay, so here I can see all the records. I can go to the first record, last record, next record, and also add a new record. So I'm going to add a new record here to show you how records are entered through form. So I will write the name, the last name, address, I'll keep it Daman, phone number, randomly I've taken something, birth date I'm going to manually write here, joining date when he's joining the office, and the department where he is working in the office. So he's working in planning department, and some salary amount which I have added, and then I click on the save button, save record, and I save my file. So now I can see that this record is also visible in the list. Now designing mode off and on you can see. So if I want to modify the fields, okay, I have to press the control key and select the particular field. As you can see, I'm selecting it after pressing the control key. I can reduce the size of those fields. See, if I directly select, then both the label and the field is selected. So I have to press the control key and then select the particular field, and then I can do the changes. So toggle the design mode on and off repeatedly and you can do your work. So now we'll move further and see how to tackle one problem. Okay, so right now birth date was manually entered, so I wanted it should be like a drop down list, so from that the user can select the date. That would be much better option. So here drop down list is there, I have to select yes, and you can see 3 tabs are there. Okay, so don't get confused, go to the general tab only, and there we have the drop down option. Along with that I have other options also. If you need, you can change those also if you require them. I will change the background color so I can see it is highlighted now. Similarly I will do for the joining date also. I will go down and select the drop down list and make it yes. And give some border also. Save my file right now. And you could see now that the list is visible there. I will add a new record. The name, last name, address I'm going to enter here, one random phone number, and now date of birth I have to select. Okay, so now you can see I get a drop down option there. But there is one problem here. I cannot directly select the date, okay, the year, they're only showing me 3 recent years. I want more than that, so that is a problem here in this particular version. So you have to manually go back, so right like that you can go back to the particular year which you want. I know this is not a proper solution, but this is how this OpenOffice base is currently working. So we'll select one random date here. Similarly for joining date, and then I will add the department, and then I will add some salary also here. So like that I can modify it. I'm just making sure that if there any other option is available here which I can use to solve the problem of the range of year, but I cannot see anything here. Okay, so we'll leave it right now. We'll focus on the next topic, that is giving some help text. Okay, now what is help text? Whenever you take your cursor to any particular field, you get a written text option, text there, which is kind of a hint to you what the particular purpose of the field is. So here I'm writing select the date you joined the office. So when I take my cursor there, you can see a small text is visible. So like this you can add it to your form, so it becomes very easy for the user to understand what is the use of the field. So that is how you add these things. And now I will show you how to change the background color. You have to go right click in page, and in the page you can set the format of the page, portrait or landscape, whatever you want. Then you can go to the background color tab and select any color which you want. Okay, this color is too light, so I will go for a dark color. So I can modify the labels also. As you can see, the label is written the employee ID. So right click there and you can go for different control properties of it. You can see the name here, you can see the label name, you can see visibility, yes and no, whatever you want you can keep it like that. And like that you can modify every label here. So that option is there with us to modify the labels also, but I don't think we need to do anything here. Everything is working perfectly here. Only alignment, if you want to change that also you can do from here. So this all menu you can explore at your own end. We can do so many things here in the form. You should regularly save your file. If there is any crash, then you have your work saved. So now here in the right side also you can see there are different options available. Okay, you can see the property of the particular element selected. You can type something on the form if you want to add some text to the form. Okay, I'm going to write something here. I will select a font first and I'm going to write here employee registration form. So people come to know that this form is about employee registration. Okay, so you can set this font size accordingly. You can align them. So here some alignment is needed, which I'm going to do now. I will select all the fields to all together and then I will drag them. Okay, see there is some problem, so don't worry, you can try and see how it works at your end. Okay, now I have to get this towards the left. Okay, I'm trying to select all the fields together, but there is some issue I think. Okay, so let it be, keep it, let's keep it at the left align only. Okay, we won't go in much here. So we'll change the color of this heading right now. We'll keep it to white so it is visible, and we'll just change the font to something which is much more clear to see. Okay, so now we have a title also there. We have to save the file again, and so now this form is almost done for us. Interesting thing is we can also add a table here. Okay, I'm just going through all this menu here. We can add a table also here. You can define the column and rows and heading, everything, and table is added there. So currently we don't need, but in case if you want, you can add that also. You can go to the format window and you can see there are so many formatting options. You can delete a record also. So I'm deleting one record here. So like this, we can see that this whole interface is very nicely provided to us. If you want, you can add some symbols also there, like rectangle, circular shapes. Okay, so I'm adding one circular shape here for highlighting something, which is a very important instruction that the user has to fill the form very much correctly. Okay, there should be no error here. So I'm going to write some text here. So this will act like a very important information. So whenever the user is entering some details, he is very careful with the details which he is going to enter. Okay, so here you can see in the form you can have shapes, you can have text over the shapes. So all this type of creative thing also you can do with your form. And now I think we are done with this form. So let's see if we can print it. Okay, so I'm just trying to see where the print option is available. So we can go for a print also. Most probably it is in the file menu, and export as PDF. So I can select all, okay, and click on export, and I'm going to select, okay, I already have file demo name, so I'm going to it is saved in my documents. Okay, so we'll see here how the output looks after I have exported the file. So you can see there is some alignment issue because the page is portrait size. Okay, so we'll go and just modify it to something landscape. Okay, we'll need a landscape page there. So we have to go to format, page, and page. Here I have to change the orientation. And if I want some records also to be filled and then exported, that also can be done. Okay, there was some error while exporting, so I will change the name of the file and export it again. So now it is exported and we can see a file is there. Okay, so when I open it, I can see this filled form here. So see, this is how this form is useful. Okay, so if you ask your users to fill up a form and then you want to show them the application form, okay, like this, you can print the PDF and show to them.